Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 47 of the P2 London Ally Better Together series. Now, this race was going to be at the Charlotte Roval, but I've decided instead we're going to host another race at Sonoma for the round of 12 cutoff race, because I wanted to keep it on a road course, and also the Roval never really had a lot of fun of racing anyway in terms of AI. But I will still be running the Roval in the Mock Cup Series later this year, just to keep things realistic and whatnot. But here for the PLABT series, I've decided we'll take a detour from our original plans for the cutoff of the round of 12. But we are still keeping with the road course theme. We're going to stay in Sonoma. I really wanted to redo Sonoma. The last race, I wasn't too happy about it, of how it was. And I also did the mock race, and it was completely different than the race I did here earlier this season at this very track. I just adjusted the strength of the AI, and that's all it took for the racing to be 10 times better for the Mock Cup race than what it was for the PLABT series we ran earlier. So I've decided to take that, like the strength, I changed up the strength, the AI and whatnot, and made it tougher. So hopefully this will be a much better race than what we saw earlier for this series this season. Yeah, I wanted to redo it, but I couldn't because the results were there and I got too far in, and I don't want to really change up what we had before, what we started off with. But learned my lesson, and we're going to do another race here at Sonoma Raceway, a rare second race at this track. We're only going to do it once, I believe, this season. We only do Sonoma once, like usually with the PLABT series. So this is a rare occasion that it will have two races in a season. I think this is the first time we've had two races in Sonoma on the same season. I think one season I did a long time ago, we did like two races at Watkins Glen. I think that came off an error. That was a mistake I did on the scheduling for that for a long time. And I was supposed to run Phoenix for that first playoff race from a long time ago, but instead I ran Watkins Glen again, and it was an error in my part for that long time ago, and that's why we ran both races. We ran two races at the Glen a while back, so kind of now makes things even among the original road courses for the Cup Series in real life, like for Sonoma and Watkins Glen. And they've always been the two road courses for a long time, the only two ones that were on the schedule, and since then they have added several more. But Watkins Glen, Sonoma, most of you grew up with just running two road courses per year in the real life Cup Series with this and the Glen. So it kind of balances out now finally with this and the Glen we did like a while back. So anyway, it's on to Sonoma Raceway. It is the round of 12 cutoff race here in wine country, and Alexander Rowe, I believe, will be on the pole for this race. It'll be a 44-lap race, a little longer than what we did earlier this season, and the stages are going to end on laps 12 and 25, which is what I was planning to have the stages end when we were going to do the Roval. Again, I had a few more laps for a little bit more excitement. Hopefully things are a lot better in this one than they were last time we ran at this track. So a lot is on the line here tonight, and only 8 drivers will advance into the next round of the playoffs. And we still don't have a playoff driver winning in this round yet. Well, we'll see if that will change today, as we have several drivers coming in below the cut line. Ian Chavez is 7 below Nick Salmon for the 8th and final spot to advance. Colin Francis is 10 points below, James Richardson's 12 points below, and Harukin Kolungalu is 13 below. And UZXL is leading the brigade with 62 above the cut line, but he may need a few more points in order to lock himself in just on points alone. He's got a big margin over the second place car in the playoffs, Connor Breton, who has 37 above the cut line. And Bernesh comes in 36 above, Marvilla 34, Boyles 31, Roy 27, and Moore 19 above the cut line. So pretty healthy cushions for several drivers, but again, that could all change after this race. So without further ado, it's time to get to the green flag here at Sonoma. Alrighty guys, pace car comes to the pits. About to get the green flag here back in our second race at Sonoma Raceway. It's the first time we've had 2 races at this track on the same schedule. Never happened before. Might be an only time we do it anyway, because I decided to change things up for a bit for once. So Alexander Rowe and JP Latara will lead us to the green flag on the front row. And here we go. The green flag waves, and we are underway with the cutoff race for the round of 12. Tar with a great stump, and he gets away from Rowe, and a big jump for the 22 car. Up and running already on the first lap. 15, Edith Cardoza, she won here a season ago. Making a comeback, hoping to get another victory here in Sonoma. And right behind her was the winner from this very race earlier this season, Igor Barreto. And he's not in the playoffs, but he's going to try to go for a sweep in Sonoma. Might be the only one to do so. Might be the only driver to ever win 2 races in Sonoma in the same season if he is able to pull it off. And it's not a great start for James Richardson. He's in last place nearly with Nathan Ormond. Not off to a great start for Richardson. And he's in the playoffs. He's below the cut line entering in this race. Not the finish he needs right now, and he's trying to make a comeback here today. The first lap will go to JP Lataro. And the caution is out. And it looks like Quinton Moore got into a spin. Quinton Moore got into a spin, I believe, with a couple cars. And then let me see if Rich Roy's also in it too. Oh man. And Connor Breton. 3 playoff cars involved on that wreck. And that allowed Richardson to move up a little bit further. But it'll bring out the first caution of the race. I don't think we had a caution last time. I think we had 1 or 2, I believe, last time we ran here. So now it's going to be a completely different. Looks like it's going to be a completely different story here tonight in this race. JP Lataro leading the field down to the yellow flag. Gonna go into the carousel now. We'll see if any other drivers get into a wreck. Maybe not. So the race back to the line. Lataro is gonna lead us to the caution, and we'll take a look at what brought out the yellow for the first time here at Sonoma. Alright, so let's see what brought out this caution. It looks like Rich Roy got checked up a bit by the 77 Stewie Moore. And the 14 and also the 11 got turned. Connor Breen made contact with his teammate Zamet Ozkan again. They got checked up after leaving the carousel and causing a spin. And I'm not sure why it was in traffic, but I'm not sure why a caution would come out because the drivers were in the back. Oh, it looks like Ozkan got turned. No, it looks like Ozkan spun out. He spun out Nick Salmon. I believe he spun out Nick Salmon. Those are a couple playoff cars in the field. Oh man, Salmon comes just 7 above the cut line, and this will not help him out in terms of staying above. Oh man, that's just a terrible start for Nick Salmon getting involved there, and also a terrible start for some of the playoff cars that got involved in the checkup after they exited the carousel. So anyway, let's get back to the green. Alrighty guys, back to green flag racing soon. With Alexander Rowe, JP Lataro, the same front row starters, are going to start on the front row again for this restart. And here we go again. Let's see if Rowe will this time get the better jump. And here we go back to green flag racing at Sonoma. Rowe does get the better jump. He did get ahead of the 22. This time he made it through, and now Moore is turned. Moore is turned around. Quinton Moore got spun on the S's. They'll stay green. Oh man, Quinn Moore got turned by Connor Breton. Oh, he had to do it. I mean, like, he was right in the middle there. It just was nowhere to go. And Cardozo might have gotten a piece of it, and she is really off the pace. Oh, the 2 car very off the pace is the 2 Priya McShane, and a caution's out. Rose into the grass. Here comes Leon. Leon gets to 2nd place. Will he get the lead before the caution? Here he comes into the carousel. Leon trying to take the lead before the yellow. And he gets around. He's going to go around Rowe. He makes the pass. Chris Leon taking the lead under caution. Here comes Rowe. Leon gets through. Beats him out to the line. Oh, man. And now Leon takes the lead. Oh, boy. Can tell this is going to be a long night for some of these playoff cars and the others that were involved in wrecks today. Take a look at the caution again. Alrighty guys, this is what brought out the yellow flag. I did see that Cardozo go off the pace, and now I know why. She got turned around by Priya McShane entering this corner, and for some reason the Quinn Moore spin didn't bring the caution out, but this one did. Yeah, I really don't know why this is a caution again. I guess they were a little trigger happy again with the yellow flag, but yeah, we just saw Quinn Moore get turned around, and that didn't bring out a caution, and the 15 did, and both of them spun off the track. So this is the 14 car getting turned around, and looks like Connor Breen got right into the 14, and he spins, and this did not bring out a caution. He was much closer to the track than Cardozo was. So I really don't get why the spin of the 15 brought the yellow, but the 14 did not. It's just really bizarre. It was a hard hit by the 15. It was a little harder hit, honestly, than what the 14 had. But again, I think Cardozo was much more away from the track than the 14 was. So I have no clue why this exact spin brought the caution. At least she slowed down, and didn't get into the track when the cars were running. Yeah, I have no clue why this would bring out a caution. I have no idea. But we're under caution again anyway, so we're going to have another restart. So we just saw Cardozo spin out, and guess what? She stays out to take the lead. She just got turned, and she stayed out when everybody else pitted just to be on the front row. How bizarre is that? Going from being spun out to being on the front row for the restart, that is just insane. Cardozo pitted earlier than everybody else, so I guess she's decided to stay out, and, you know, why not try to take the lead and make things interesting. Green flag, back out. And again, the stage is going to end on lap 12. Well, Chris Leon is making it even with the 15 car. He is keeping it level. Going for the lead on the 15, and he does take it. Cardozo was way too high up. You know, got to be perfect on these corners. These corners are very slick. Here comes Voiles. Into second on Cardozo. It's obvious that Cardozo is going to be a slower car since she was gotten some damage from the spin earlier. Voiles fighting back into second place. Leon in the grass a bit. And now the 15 able to hang on. She's able to hang on. She's won here before. I think she won here last season when she was in the 20 car. But she has done this before. She has been a winner before in Sonoma. Little bump and run there. Oh man, getting loose. Oh, Voiles got loose. He got loose. He nearly got turned there. He nearly spun out. This is where we had a spin earlier. Now there's another spin. Oh, there's another spin. Stewie Moore got hit from behind. Stewie Moore was turned. They could not hold it. Stewie Moore turned on this corner. Guess the 14 got real upset after getting turned around, and he takes it out on Stewie Moore. And that brought out a caution. Yeah, again with the very sensitive caution for a road course. I mean, they could have just let this race under green, but no, they pulled a caution out again. Very sensitive with the cautions apparently at this track, but yeah, that's going to really set up stage 1 here, the end of stage 1. So Chris Leone leads us to the caution. See if any other changes happen, and doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. It looks like Chris Leone's going to lead us to the yellow flag. So Leone's going to lead us to the caution, but the question is, will he stay out and hold on for the stage win? So Leone's going to lead us to the yellow, and we'll see what happens with the end of stage 1 and the start of stage 2 under this caution period. Alrighty guys, we're back for the restart, and stage 12 will still be the end of the stage. However, there will be no stage break caution unless if another crash happens during the lap. So unless there's another wreck that brought out a caution, there will be no stage break yellow going from stage 1 to 2. So this is going to be a 1-lap showdown here for the first stage victory. And a handful of cars decided to stay out from the last pit stop, including Ian Chavez and Luke Law, who are going to be on the front row at the start. How about Isaiah Bernesh moving on up, going with a bold strategy to try to keep his championship hopes alive. Same for Harukin Kalungalu and Ronald Marvila. And Cullen Francis, 2 inside the top 10. So this is going to get very interesting on this lap to decide who will win stage 1. All trying to earn big stage points to try to get them into the next round. And here we go. Green flag, 1 lap for stage 1, and then if there's no caution in between, they'll go right into stage 2 under green. Chavez, a good jump here for the 99. Chavez comes in 7 below the cut line, so his stage win would be huge and would put him above the cut line after Nick Salmon got into a wreck earlier in this race. Kalungalu into 4th place. He moves up, and Bernesh up to 3rd. And 4th now is going to be going for Marvila. Marvila is going to go for a top 5 here, trying to get big stage points. Lataro Anderson going for the top 10. Here comes the 71. Can he hang on for stage points? 66 is in the grass. Bernesh is looking low, and Kalungalu as well. Very tight. Better not get too close before spinning out. We saw a lot of drivers check up after the carousel. We saw 2 spins brought on by that. They're going to lay off this time, and stage 1 is going to go to Ian Chavez. Huge stage win for the 99 car. And the top 10 drivers in playoffs, Bernesh is going to be finished and is going to end the stage 3rd. 4th place, Harukin is going to be 4th, and Marvila is going to be 5th. And I believe, let's see if any other playoff drivers in the top 10. No, there are no other playoff drivers in the top 10. Francis got 12th, but he's moving on up anyway because, again, there was no caution to go into stage 2. They went right away to stage 2 because it was going to be 1 lap anyway, and it didn't make sense to just run 1 more lap and then throw a caution out because we've had some cautions today. And it looks like the 14 got into some trouble. He got turned around up into the curves, and he got spun, and now Edith Cardoza's on pit road. It looks like her day is done. But Quentin Moore's day is just not so great. He came in 19 points above the cut line, but that is not what he needed. Not what he needed at all. With several drivers in front of him earning stage points. Ian Chavez especially. Cullen Francis inside the top 12. That's not what he needed. And Kalungalu, I thought I mentioned, in the top 5. Kalungalu can score big points here today. He'd be able to advance in the next round despite being 12th before this race. Bernesh into 2nd place. Isaiah Bernesh moves up. And now Ian Chavez pulls away over a 2nd and a quarter lead on the 8 car. But Bernesh, we've seen him come from behind before. Casey Hoyt's on pit road. Quentin Moore's on pit road. So the Stewart-Haas cars have just not had a great day today. Well, actually, not all is bad because Harukin Kalungalu is inside the top 5. A car a little bit in the grass, a little too high there. Oh, that's not what he wanted to do because Luke Law's just right behind him. Although Luke Law didn't get a full-time ride this year, he won twice. He made the playoffs in a deep run last year. And it's surprising that Luke wasn't able to get a ride this season full-time. Oh, he nearly spun Bernesh. Oh, he got him loose. Oh, man. Oh, the 8 car's not going to be very happy with that. Oh, my goodness. He nearly got turned by the 66. And the 66 is supposed to be a part-timer. Oh my gosh. The 8 car is going to go for revenge now. Oh man, he lost some big points there. You have got to be kidding. Oh my goodness. He nearly got turned by Law, and now Marville is going to go for 2nd place. Clears the 66. Oh man, already this is much more exciting than when we ran here and last time. But Bernesh is just real upset at the 66. He's got a chance of revenge here. He's got a chance to try to pass him again, and this time cleanly. Oh, here he comes again. Here he comes. He gets through. Oh, man, he gets through. Oh, now he's got him. Or does he? Kalungalu going to the bottom. And he's going to try to take advantage. Here comes the 10. Trying to get more Avila. These 3 are playoff cars. Oh, the 10 gets a big move. He's going to get a run on the 10 car and on the 8. And they're side by side. 10 gets the jump for now. Clears him into turn 1. Oh, man. Big points on the line here. Kalungalu moves up into 3rd place. Now trying to catch the field. And look at Chavez pull away. My goodness. Over 4 seconds, he has the lead now. Chavez is pulling away. He's trying to win to get himself in the next round. Comes in 7 below the cut line. Just getting these stage points might be enough, though. But he wants to win. He wants to prove a point. He wants to do this the hard way. He wants to get the win to get in the next round. He wants to be safe. He wants to be assured to be safe into the round of 8. That was Law's previous ride, by the way, last season, I think. And he had a deep playoff run with this team. And surprisingly, they decided not to continue. They decided not to keep him next year. And put Chavez in, unproven rookie. He's proven time, but he has proven himself at least this time for now, that he is a competitor. And Maravilla in 2nd now. And here comes Kalungalu running 3rd. And Bernesh runs 4th. Playoff drivers all in the top 4. Doesn't get any better than this. Oh, and Colin Francis is running in 9th place. He can still get some stage points if he hangs on. And Francis again comes below the cut line. All these drivers below the cut line, they're showing what they got. 3 of the 4 running inside the top 10. It's insane. It is insane that 3 of the 4 below the cut line are running inside the top 10. Oh my, and it's going to come down to the wire. It's too bad Richardson couldn't join in, as he's 34th now and not having a good race. He's hoping for a miracle at this point. A lot of dirt kicking here in this race today. A lot of dirt just blowing all around here at Sonoma. Already miles better than the race we had before. Boy, we're going to have another stage break caution, though, on around lap 25. I think I said 24 last time. It's going to be 25, so first stage ends on 12, second stage on 25. But, my goodness, this race is something already. And all these drivers outside the cut line, below the cut line, are all trying to win. They're trying to win and get in and get enough points to make it through to the next round. Quinn Moore had a rough day, and so did Nick Salmon. And Moore, we saw him pit, and now he's 37th. Just a rough day for Quentin Moore coming today, so the floodgates might be opening up for the ones below on the cut line. Nick Salmon trying to work his way back up. 27th he's now in. And the pit stops were not great for the 12 Leon. He was leading until the pit stops happened before the end of stage 1. And now he's trying to work his way back up. He's going to make the pass on Rich Roy. Roy's not having a good day either. He's 24th. He was scored 24th last time. Also having a really rough day. So with these guys above the cut line having a rough day, this could open the floodgates again for those below the cut line. Here comes Cullen Francis, going to gain a position on Giovanni Castillo. Makes it work. He's got him. Or does he? 19 fighting back on the outside lane. Francis, former champion, is trying to get back into victory lane. Trying to win another championship for the 7 team. And the Spire team won a championship a while back with Ronald Marvila. Well, I'm not sure if they're approaching the lap car of Quentin Moore, but if they do, but they are, then this is might be interesting for those who just got past though, and for those in the cut line, for those below trying to catch the 99. The 99 though is really pulling away over a 4-second lead for Chavez as he's trying to win again and bring the 99 to victory and put him into the round of 8. They're really fast approaching the 14 car, so wonder if they're going to try to pass the 14. 14's been through a lot here today, and as I mentioned, he came in 19 above the cut line, but right now things are not looking too good for the 14. Gotta hope that the rest struggle. Gotta hope the rest of the field struggles here in this final stage. Almost halfway through this race, Sonoma. Already a lot of competition going on at this track. Chavez is still leading by about 4 seconds over Ronald Maravilla and Harukin Kalungalu and Isaiah Bernash in top 4. And then we thought Ryan Durante was going to make the playoffs, defending champion, and even had a win this season, but didn't get high enough in points. And it's unfortunate that 45 is not going for another chance at a repeat. But he's just trying to win again. He's trying to win once more as the defending champion. Well, he is going to be a champion for life, but well, he's just wanting to win another one of these races here, just to make a statement today. Still haven't had a playoff driver win any race here in the round of 12. So it all decided on points right now, but Chavez looking to lock himself in to the round of 8 with a race win. Taro's 6th and Luke Law's 7th, and Luke Law's been through a lot today, but he's a part-timer, and I'm not sure if he has any more races to run this season. Luke Law's trying to make the most of this opportunity, and he hopes next season to be back in a full-time role. Stage 2 has been caution-free, by the way. On the first stage, it's been a different story. First stage, it's been like caution-filled. But the second stage, I think they're getting used to it now and running this caution-free, but there will be another stage break caution in just a few laps. Uzi Excel, though, not a good race for him. He's running in 31st. But Excel did win some stages early on in the other 2 playoff races, earning some big playoff points. So he's hoping that will be enough for him to advance to the next round. He leads all drivers in the round of 12 points. He's 62 above the cut line. So I'm hoping that will be enough for him to make it to the next round. It's far from over yet, though. This race is almost halfway home. There's Connor Breed, another playoff driver, running in 13th position right now, coming in with second most points among the playoff drivers entering this race. He is also a former champion as well, and reuniting with Joe Gibbs, the team that he's had the most success with. I think he won a championship with the Joe Gibbs team. But Connor Breen has had the most success with JGR, and he's hoping to lead them to another title. Let's take a look at the other playoff drivers in this field right now. Let's go through it. And Cassie Reynolds, I thought I mentioned, I believe this will be his last race this season in the 13. Oh, Buchanan goes off the grass, and might be a chance for Reynolds to try to pass him. But the 13, this is planned to be his last race of the season with Cassie Reynolds. And though he did win in Mexico as a part-timer, he's hoping for a full-time ride to open up next season, because he has proven to be a competitor, a winner, a race winner, as we saw him in Mexico in an unexpected finish. I mean, that was really wild, but Reynolds was out in front and won that race. This is planned to be might be his last race this season. I'm not sure if he has more on the schedule, but Reynolds, though, is in 22nd, trying to at least finish this race here, this crazy race we have in Sonoma. There's Rich Roy in 24th, and I'm sure Rich Roy disappointed that they're not running at the Roval this season, because he's won there several times, but he's running 24th and is hoping that the others fail ahead of him and he gets a few more points ahead. There's going to be another restart with this at the start of stage 3. Another restart, so another chance for him to move on up and trying to earn a few more points. Nick Sam, though, not a good day for him, 29th. He's just fighting off his teammate, Matt Gomes. And Matt Gomes won at Kansas during the round of 12 and played spoiler for those playoff cars. His teammate Nick Sam is still in the playoffs, but Matt Gomes went out of his way to try to win a race. Kind of wish that Gomes was helping out his teammate to try to get him into the next round, but Gomes wanted to win badly. He was so close. He's been close many times in his career, and he's just rarely been able to get a win, and he's been trying to do so when he gets the chance. So Gomes took the win, Kansas, and Talladega we were last weekend. That was also won by non-playoff driver in Casey Hoyt. Excel's 32nd and Richardson 33rd. Again, not having great races so far. They really need to pick up the pace, though, if they want to ensure that they're safe, although Excel might be enough on stage points itself, to keep him safe. But there is the winner from Talladega, Casey Hoyt. Just a different story this time around. He is running in 36th. It's not a good race for him overall. Well, the second place car was able to cut the lead down to 3 seconds, but we're going to have another restart anyway after this lap for the end of stage 2. So the 99, though, just pulling away. Well, he did lose a couple seconds of the lead in the past few laps, but he's hoping that he's able to get a good jump and is able to have his pit crew deliver and have him keep him in the lead for the 99 car, as it's almost kind of like a must-win situation for Chavez, standing 7 below the cut line. But again, getting the stage win, it's huge. I think he's going to win both first and second stages, and that's really big. That's a lot of playoff points to work. That's 20 points. 22 points. I think it's 22 points because they count also the 1 point as well for the stage, and that 1 point carries over into the next round. So, yeah, 22 points he will have earned just by winning the first 2 stages. And so here he comes with the carousel. And he's going to win stage 2. He's won both stages so far. He's hoping to win the final stage, the most important one of them all, to try to hang on and close this out. And Chavez is going to take stage 2. Chavez takes the first 2 stages, but the final stage awaits, and that'll determine who will win this race. Boyles had to come to the pits. Yeah, he had to come to pit row before the end of stage 2. Another one of the playoff cars. Another one that took a really bad route. Oh man, a lot of playoff cars. Now Voiles and Moore have struggled today. And Rich Roy's in the middle, but I think Roy might have enough because of all the others that struggle like ahead and behind him. But yeah, it's just been a struggle for Voiles and Moore and Salmon. Salmon again in the back. We saw him battling behind the other cars, and he's right now 30th. So they really need to deliver on this restart to pick up the pace. Yeah, we saw a lot of these in struggling, and all of them, like, and Bernash is above the cut line, but if he wins, he's in the next round, doesn't have to worry. But Chavez, Francis, and Kalungulu are in the top 10. They can all try to win and earn big points here to get themselves to the next round. Chavez is the stage winner. Marvila will be the next highest playoff driver in stage 2, ends up with 9 points. Kalungulu is going to get another 8 points, and Bernash is going to get another 7 points. And let's see if any other playoff drivers are in the top 10. Francis is going to get 3 points among the playoff cars, so that's decent because Francis again comes below the cut line. So we could be seeing a lot of back movement after this race between the cut line and who's in and who's out. It's going to be interesting. Going to be real interesting when we see the results after this. How many points everybody got. It should be a lot of fun. So anyway, we're going to take you to pit stops if there are any. Alright, so we do have pit stops entering in this race. Wall's pitted earlier. He'll stay out, but he is already a lap down. So, well, I don't know if he's going to be marked as the leader. Yeah, I'm not sure because he actually stayed out just before. Like the caution came out, he was in front of the leaders, I think. No, I'm not sure if they're going to mark him as a leader after this, but all the leaders come into the pits. So this could decide who's going to be the one in front here in this final stage. So here we go. Drivers on pit road. Let's see who's going to be out first. They marked the 45, the leader, on that last lap, but again, that's because they exited out. And it looks like Chavez is going to be the first one out of pit road. So interesting, Chavez is the first one out. And he will retain the lead on the restart. So all those cars pitted, and I'm not sure if some of them are stuck. Lataro is having a problem. Oh man, Lataro's having a really bad stop, and he is stalled out. Cardoza, no, now Lataro's out of pit road. Just not a good stop for the 22. And Cardoza will be the last one out, but just not a great stop for that 22 car. Just rather unfortunate. But anyway, we're going to go back for the restart. Alrighty guys, we're back for the restart, and just what I thought. They had Voiles have him put him in the back a lap down, so he is not going to be the leader on this restart. It's going to be either Maravilla or Chavez, depending on who gets the better jump. This could decide who wins this race if we stay clean like we did in stage 2. This could decide who wins it, maybe. Chavez had a big lead after the restart, but will he be able to keep it? Here we go. Green flag about to come out. This could decide who wins it. Chavez, Maravilla. Who's it going to be? Here we go. Oh, Maravilla with the better jump. He's got the big lead. He's got him. Maravilla takes the lead already. Entering the first corner, Chavez was not prepared. And Maravilla takes the lead. And now Bernash battling with Kalungulu into third. And now Bernash moves up. Kalungulu's off track. 10 is off the track. Losing positions. Now battling with another playoff driver and Cullen Francis. 7 gets by. 10 loses another spot. Oh man, this is huge. This is huge. Right now into the grass. Oh, 71 got a bit of the grass there. Chavez not giving up. He is not letting this race slip out of him. Standing below the cut line. Oh, Chavez is loose. Oh, Chavez was real loose there. He was really trying to drive the wheels off that thing. Really trying to get the wheels off. Trying to make a pass. He's led most of the day so far. On bold strategy. He's not letting it go to waste. Looks like everybody's good on the kink there, on the carousel. Chavez is not letting the 71 go. Ormond runs 4th, Luke Law 5th, and Mitchell Anderson 6th. Here we go. Here comes Durrani in the top 10 with Skylar Taylor. Durrani moves up a spot, but the battle's for the lead. 71 trying to pull away like Chavez did in the last stage after the restart. And a caution's out because Nilson Herrera went off track. Oh, they got him stuck. He is really stuck there. So they'll race back to the line. This could be the break the 99 needs. Oh, he's off track. He went off track. Bernash looks low. I thought it was going to be the break the 99 needed. Now he's got to fight off against the 8. Bad run on that corner. And now he's going to have to go side by side with Bernash. Oh, he's off the track. He's too tight. And Bernash is going to take 2nd from Chavez. The 8 car's up to 2nd before the caution. Wow. Oh, Chavez, a tough break for him. He went too high off the course. And he loses a spot before the caution. This could help him out because he's going to be in the bottom, I believe, on the restart. But what if that driver in the bottom doesn't get a good jump? Oh, man, this is going to be really tough now for the 99. We'll see if he's going to be able to do something being 3rd on the restart. But we will have to take a look at the caution that came out. All right, let's see the caution here with Nilson Herrera, James Richardson, and Quinton Moore. Richardson and Moore, playoff cars, just having a rough night, and unfortunate that these 3 got into a wreck together, and Herrera went off the track a little bit high up. Guess he lost the steering after he got hit with by Moore and Richardson, and he's stuck on the grass above the tire barrier. So just a bizarre incident for the 51 to be in. And looks like he'll have to be carted to pit road. Yeah, you saw him just struggling to get it back on the track. He's not going to get back on track. He's not going to get back out. Yeah, just a tough day for these two, and especially with Richardson and Quinton Moore, 2 playoff cars. And it looks like Richardson might not be going to the next round, and not sure about Quinton Moore, but the ones behind him are having a better race than him. So it's going to be it looks like it's going to be close. It could come down to a few points from the looks of it after this one, but we'll see. Welcome back to Sonoma, and we just got word that Daniel Voiles is out of the race with a camshaft. He's the first driver out of this race. The green flag waves again. 15 and 51, both from the same team, believe it or not. Well, struggle are down a few laps, but Daniel Voiles is the first one out of the race. Just out of his control with a camshaft issue, and that's going to cost him big points. The 8 car gets a better jump, though. Oh, Marvila got a not so great jump, and now Bernash is pulling ahead. Wow! Almost didn't notice that. Bernash took the lead. We've seen him win before. We know what he can do. Bernash trying to hang on and win and get in the next round. But Nathan Ormond running 2nd. He's done a lot of he's raced a lot of road courses. He almost won at the Glen. The 8 car's off track. 8 cars off the track. Here comes the 9. Oh, what a move. He made it. 9 gets the lead. 8's trying to fight back. He goes off the track. 8 car leading the race again. Back and forth with these 2. My goodness. Here comes Anderson. He's got to run it now. The 9 is held up, and Marvila gets a piece of it. Oh, my goodness. This race is something. And now the lead is Bernash. Bernash takes it. Anderson. And now Francis in the top 3. Wow, Marvila dropped down to 5th. Oh my goodness, this restart really changed the order. And now Chavez is 8th. Oh man, Luke Law's trying to get by Luke Law. He's in the grass. 10 car takes it to position away. He's trying to get by Mad Hunter. And Connor Breed's trying to sneak in. He's going to try to make a pass. Kalungalu gets by. And now Chavez loses another spot. And now a car's in the grass. Luke Lowell, I think. Or, I'm not sure, the 71 maybe. But Bernash is pulling away now with just 11 to go to try to get himself into the next round with a win. His only victory this season came at Gateway, a Worldwide Technology Raceway, and that came with multiple overtimes. That really messy finish at St. Louis was how the 8 car was able to get into the playoffs in the first place. And now he's trying to hold off proof that he is still worthy of a championship and trying to win and get himself in to the round of 8. Trying to get the 8 car into the round of 8. Oh, a spin! Chavez is hit! Chavez gets turned! Oh my goodness! Oh boy, Chavez is turned! Unbelievable! Chavez got hit by Skylar Taylor. You have got to be kidding. Oh my goodness. You have got to be kidding me. Ian Chavez was turned around by Skylar Taylor. Nick Salmon's on pit road, and that'll bring a caution. They've decided to bring the caution out. That was a hard hit on Salmon. I mean, no, not Salmon, on Chavez, and they'll bring the caution out with 10 laps to go. Oh boy, what a race has become. Just a heartbreaker for Chavez. And he's got to hope that the stage points will be just enough for him to make it to the next round. Oh boy. Let's take a look at the wreck. Alright, so this is how Chavez got turned around. Skylar Taylor makes contact with the 99 and gets him turned around. Just simple as that. He gets turned by Skylar Taylor. They were battling for position, and Chavez gets spun. And a heartbreaker for the 99. He had won both stages in this race today, and now he gets into a wreck with almost 10 laps to go, and he loses a lot of big points on that one. Oh, he's got to hope that the stage points will be enough for him to advance to the next round, but just a tough blow for the 99's chances to advance. Alrighty guys, back for the restart, and yeah, Voiles is credited for last place, so that's huge. That is huge for the others who are below Voiles in points to see if they can make it work and try to get those big points to get to the next round. We are back to green flag racing. Mitchell Anderson got the jump. Can he hold on though? Here comes Bernash. Anderson trying to hold on. And he will do so. He gets the lead away from the 8. Gets in front. Anderson leads the race, trying to pull off an upset. Bernash gets to 2nd and Ormond gets to 3rd. 8 laps to go. Oh, France is getting nearly into contact with Kalungalu. That could have been huge. 19 trying to get by both. And they're slipping, and Marvila slipped out a little bit. Here comes Anderson. He's in the grass. Anderson got a bit of the grass. Is that enough for Bernash to make a move? Here comes the 8 again. On the low side, Anderson trying to block. But Bernash is right there to try to pass him in the carousel. He does. Gets by. Coming to 7 to go. Anderson trying to fight back on Bernash. Still side by side for the lead. Into the carousels. Oh, he's going to try to clear. 8 car still hanging on. Into the S-curve, down to the braking zone. Can he clear the 6? He does. He clears him for the lead again. Bernash is back in front. He's trying to win and get himself in the next round. Here comes Francis. Here comes Law. Luke Law getting by the 9 for 3rd. Gets through him before the S curves. Here comes Francis. Might have to get by his teammate. They're both still in the playoffs. Kalungalu loses another spot on the 19. Maybe loses another spot on Castillo. And the 10, Kalungalu trying to hang on. He's trying to hang on for dear life, trying to get those points. 19 gets out in front of the 10. 10 loses a spot. That's huge. Every point matters. That's big. 6 to go at Sonoma. And it's between Bernesh and Anderson. That used to be James Richardson's former ride, by the way. Anderson trying to pull off an upset. Kalungalu hanging on. Here comes Luke Law. Luke Law's in 3rd. Well, we have another part-time driver win in a road course. So and now 4th is Ormond, and Marvila hangs on to 5th for now. They're keeping it steady, but the race is not over yet. 5 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Here comes Breton. Getting above the 45, but can he hang on to the S's? They're still going for a close battle for the lead. Here comes Anderson again. Gonna try again to pass the 8. Into the carousel. 5 to go. Anderson trying to clear Bernesh. Bernesh finding back up high. And they're still side by side again into the corner, into the S curves. They're going uphill, battling it out. Oh man, still trying to hang on now. Anderson trying to clear. And he's gonna do it. Again, Anderson clears. And he's in front again, 5 to go. Trying to keep Bernesh from getting into the playoffs with a win. That would be a huge upset. Bernesh still has good points above the cut line, even if he doesn't win this race. But you never know what can happen. Here comes Anderson, a little too high, but he does check up. He does check up before he's in the grass. He was able to get through almost cleanly, but the 8 car's still right there. 8 car's still trying to pounce. Battle between these two going to be real intense. 4 to go here at Sonoma. Still got Luke Law. You still got Nathan Ormond battling it out too. Inside the top 5 they are in. And Francis runs 5th. Marvila is getting to 7th place now. Kalungalu is 9th. Kalungalu running in 9th position now. Into the top 10 among playoff cars, but the 6 trying to pull away from Isaiah Bernesh. Michelle Anderson trying to do the impossible here in Sonoma. John Andrews didn't make the playoffs, his teammate. And RFK next season is going to go to 3 cars, and they'll be adding the 60 car full time next season. Trying to get at least one more win here in this track. In the grass is the 6. He's in the grass. Might be a chance for the 8 to pounce. He knows the 8 might have to win to get into the next round. Though he might be good on points alone, but he still wants to win to get himself in the round of 8. 3 to go at Sonoma. And the caution will come out. If a caution does come out, we will go to overtime. And if they go to overtime, it's going to be very bizarre. It might be just like what we saw in Mexico. Drivers running out of fuel and whatnot and not accounting for overtime, and it'd be chaos. That's obviously something that the 6 does not want to see. It's Anderson trying to pull away. He can't make a mistake. He can't afford one at this point because Bernesh is right behind him. He is right behind the 6 trying to pounce, looking for an open opportunity. Well, Richardson won at the Glen earlier this season on a last lap pass. And now Bernesh is off the grass. He's in the grass. Here comes Lal. Oh, that might have hurt his chances to win this race. That might have hurt him to win the race, and he's going to lose a lot of momentum on the 6 car. 3 to go at Sonoma. 2 to go at Sonoma. Sorry, 2 to go. 2 laps remain. Oh my, this is really a race to watch here. The 6 car pulling away over a second lead. Trying to get his first win in the PLABT series. Michel Anderson trying to pull it off at Sonoma, the upset. Bernesh is probably just going to have to hang on to second. Maybe those points will be enough for him to stay in the next round. But man, close to a win there. He was real close. He was battling with Michel Anderson for everything. He was battling for positions to try to win Sonoma. Again, this race isn't over yet, though. A lap and a half to go. A little bit the 66, although the 6 car went a little off track there, but not going to make a dent right now to try to get him into gain ground. He did gain a lot on the 6 car, but he's going to need a little more. As the white flag is about to wave at Sonoma, one more lap to go for the 6 of Michel Anderson. He's a lap away from getting his first PLABT series win. White flag, 1 lap remains at Sonoma. Can he hold off Bernesh? He lost half a second almost to the 8 car in the last lap. 8 car is not done yet. Got to get through a couple more corners cleanly. Bernesh is right there, ready to pounce. Can he do it? Here comes Anderson trying to stay up, trying to get through these final corners. Anderson trying to get through the final corners. This is where he slipped up before. Will he be perfect in this one? Here he comes to the final corner. Oh, he's going to get in the grass. Bernesh going to have one more chance. Here he comes. Here comes the 8 with one last chance. Can he try to get the 6 car into the carousel one more time? He's got one more chance. Doesn't look like he's going to get him. Michel Anderson's going to do it. He's going to hang on for the win at Sonoma and an upset victory for the rookie. Michel Anderson wins in wine country. All right, your final results from Sonoma. Michel Anderson, what a win for the 6 team. Gets his first career win, and it came at the biggest stage here at Sonoma in the round of 12 and held off the playoff driver of Isaiah Bernesh at the very end to win. Took it a little high, by the way, on the last lap, but Anderson just was able to hang on and take the victory here today. And Cullen Francis, another playoff driver, finished in 5th, and Maravilla ended up 7th. Kolungalu was 9th, and Breton was 10th. Those were the playoff drivers that finished inside the top 10. Let's take a look if there were any other playoff drivers, and I do believe Rich Roy ended up in 27th position. So not bad, but we'll see if it's enough for him to advance to the next round. And UZXL ended up 29th. So again, didn't have a good playoff race this one today. And Richardson was 32nd, and Chavez was 34th. He got into the wreck on the last caution. But 34th, though, he's able to stay afloat somewhat. But is it going to be enough for him to go to the next round with those stage wins that he was able to get? Is it going to be enough? And also, finally, Daniel Boyles took a big nosedive here today, 38th with a camshaft problem. It was out of his control. Unfortunate for him. But anyway, let's take a look at the playoff points and see who's going to move on to the next round. Alright guys, it's time to add up the points and see who's going to make it to the next round. UZXL came to Sonoma with 3,098 points. We had 8 points from his total at Sonoma. His new total is now at 3,106 points. Next up is Connor Breton, 3,073 points. He came into Sonoma, earned 27 from today's race, and his total is now at 3,100 points. And next up, Isaiah Bernash had a big points day. As expected, had the most points of the playoff drivers in Sonoma. 3,072 he had before the race, and he earned 50 from the race. 3,122 points. Huge for Isaiah Bernash, and that actually puts him in the lead in terms of the points heading into the round of 8. So Excel bumped out of the lead. Bernash got the lead before the start of the round of 8. But again, the points will reset at before the start of the round. We'll show you the reset after we add up all the points. Marvila's up next, 3,070 points. 45 he had in the race. 3,115 points he has right now. And he's going to move up into second now in terms of the points, ahead of Uzi Excel and Connor Breton. Excel took a nosedive in that race after Sonoma, but we'll see if it's enough for him to make it to the next round. 3,067 points for Voiles, and only earned 1 point today. So it's 3,068. Not looking too good for Daniel Voiles. Rich Roy with 3,063 points, and now he has 10. He had 10 from Sonoma. So it's 3,073 points, and is actually now ahead of Daniel Voiles. So Voiles bumped down, and may not be the last time he tumbles down in points. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, Quentin Moore comes in with 3,055 points, and he earned 11 points from the race. So it's 3,066 points, his new total. Not going to be above Voiles, and Voiles might be safe for now. Nick Sam is the one who owned the last spot of the cutoff, but that will change after this. Only 2 points he earned from the race at Sonoma. 3,043, now 3,045. So he's in trouble right now if these drivers have more points. I'm sure you added up you did all the math before I did, but just doing it live and just for the fun of it. But Ian Chavez, 3,036 points coming into this race, and 25 he earned with the stage wins, and yeah, the finish he had. He almost won the race, and he got turned around with a few laps to go. But Chavez earned 25 points, most on the stage wins, and will that be enough to go above the drivers? It looks like that will. 3,061 points. Those stage points were huge for Ian Chavez. And he is in the round of 8 for now. And Nick Salmon is out. But that is with 3 drivers left to add up points, though. Cullen Francis had 3,033 points coming into today. And Sonoma, he earned 35 points. His total is 3,068 points. Just want to make sure I did it right. And there it is, 3,068. And he's actually tied now with Daniel Voiles. But more importantly, Chavez is out. So he was briefly, for a moment, in the round of 8. Now he's out of the round of 8. And now he is tied with Daniel Voiles for 6th place, I believe. 6th place in the points right now, and that puts Quentin Moore on the chopping block. James Richardson came in with 3,031 points. Only 5 points he earned from the race, 3,036, and now we can safely say that he is not going to make it to the next round. So it's between either Quentin Moore or Harukin Kalungalu to advance to the next round. And you probably know the answer to that question, but Kalungalu came in with 3,030 points and had 43 points at Sonoma. And his total is 3,073 points. And he is moving on to the next round. And that's going to put Quentin Moore out of contention for the championship. How about that? What a real run of the playoffs we had. What a real rate. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just struggling to say a couple things. But Harukin Kalungalu is tied with Rich Roy in points, but both will advance, and so will Daniel Voiles and Cullen Francis. And we have our 4 drivers out of contention for the championship. Quentin Moore, Ian Chavez, Nick Salmon, and James Richardson. They will be eliminated from championship contention. So we are down to the final 8 with Isaiah Bernesh, Ronald Marvila, Uzi Excel, Connor Breton, Rich Roy, Arukin Kalungalu, Daniel Voiles, and Cullen Francis. Very loaded roster for the round of 8. That starts next on our next race, so you don't want to miss our next few races that'll determine the champion. We're going to go to Las Vegas next week to kick off the round of 8. So until next time, we will see you later.